Hey everyone, today I'm going to do a sketchbook drawing using only one color. And that color today is orange. As you can see here, I have very few orange options to go with. And if you've never seen my one color sketchbook series, I've been challenging myself to do drawings only using one color, and I will even sketch using that same color. I have a variety of colored pencils that I like to draw with. Highly recommend to check out all of my other one color sketchbook videos. I started with purple and then I've just been going down the line kind of backwards on all the rainbow colors. I planned to end on red, but now I'm thinking I should end on pink since I didn't start with pink and then purple. So I'm gonna add pink as like one of the final one color sketchbook videos, and I asked a couple videos ago like what I should do next, what color I should do next, because I wasn't sure how this challenge was gonna go. And somebody recommended metallics or like gray, and I think gray would be really fun to do because I could really try to do a whole drawing with only using 3 shades of gray, and I think maybe that'd be a separate one color kind of thing because gray isn't technically a color. For the color parts, I'm gonna end on pink and then I'll switch it up and try gray. And then I think after that, it's kind of up in the air of what kind of like special challenges I want to do. I have some ideas to do like blind drawings, but that'll take a little bit of finessing to figure out how to record. But if you have any other suggestions of what kind of like drawing challenges I should do or something that you want to see, please let me know in the comments and let's just start coloring. In a separate sketchbook, I tried to plan out the color scheme that I wanted to go with using very few orange markers that I have here, and the lightest color that I have is this highlighter. So I'm going to start doing the base of the skin tone with this, and I'm going to build upon that a lot throughout this drawing. And I am going to tell you that I did have to cheat just a little bit for this orange drawing challenge because I really only had like 3 orange colors that were like pure orange, that looked orange. So I had to kind of drift off of orange to a little bit of yellow and a little bit of brown. I swear these colors kind of look on the range of orange, but if I didn't like drift off into using yellow like I am right here, just like a very dark yellow, which is very close to orange, and some like orangey browns, I wouldn't have much to go with or really much of a good drawing, and I wanted to have a good drawing for you and for myself. So I did have to grab some different colors to really help me out here, because if I didn't, like I said, there would not really be a great drawing. And I know that that would be the challenge, but it wouldn't be a good drawing. And if you heard the lore that from my sketchbook video, I said that I was really, when I started this challenge, I started with orange and I hated the drawing because I had like 2 oranges to work with. So I didn't want that to happen again. I didn't want to, be disappointed and just like not have a good drawing. So I am using some dark yellows and some orangey browns to really help me out here. One of the orange colors is terracotta, and that's kind of a reddy orange, reddy brown, reddish orange. So yeah, I honestly don't use those colors very much. I'm primarily using them for the shadows in the drawing, or just getting some details in the hair and stuff. I do use more of brighter oranges towards the end of the drawing, but to build on like the skin tone and get some of those shadows, I am using some dark yellows and some orangish browns. So if you see that I'm using a yellow marker and you're confused because, well, I should be using orange, that is why. And that was my concern for when I was getting to doing orange in my last video, which was yellow, I was like, I'm getting really worried, guys, about how I'm gonna do orange. But I figured it out, and I think it turned out pretty well. It does still kind of look a little bit yellow to me, but if I use the same orange for everything, it would just be a like I didn't even draw. It would just be all orange, like the same color of orange, and I didn't want to do that. Anyways, let's get back into talking about the drawing. Whenever I try to explain what I'm doing in a drawing, I realize how much I'm going back and forth of the elements of a drawing. And when I'm like doing this voiceover, I'm like, oh, so now I'm painting this part or drawing on this part, and then oh, now I'm over here, all far away from where I just was. What am I doing? My mind just I just get excited, and I like want to fill the area as fast as I can, and just like do the drawing and like get those details out so it looks really good. I've said this before, but I really just go back and forth constantly whenever I'm drawing, and even towards the end I'm still adding little bits to like try to make it look as best as I can. I do that a lot, so you're probably going to notice it as you continue watching my drawing videos. But now I'm finally getting into that orange that I was talking about. I'm using this Tombow marker. They're water-based markers, my favorite markers, to fill in the clothing. And in this reference picture that I'm using, they were wearing like a black beanie, and I thought it would be really cute to make the hat look like it was an orange. So I added a little stem and leaf, and I really contemplated just using like brown and green for those parts of the orange hat, but I was like, no, I should use orange because this is an orange video, so I need the focus to be orange. And now I'm using that terracotta color, I think that's what this marker is that I was talking about earlier, to get in some more of those shadows, just to add some more depth to the drawing. So I'm doing the face details in like the makeup or the eye area and the eyebrows, and then I shift to doing that same thing with those like orange strokes that I made into the hair. So I just adding lots of depth everywhere I can to just make this drawing look a little bit realistic, so it's not too flat. And depth is one of the best parts of what like makes a drawing look good. It's like one of the easiest things you can do. And yes, you can go too far, because I've definitely done that before, especially in my digital drawings, which they call over rendering, because you keep building on it and it just looks a little too much. But there are times where just a little bit goes a long way, especially with painting. And if you're drawing, you don't want it to be too busy or messy or muddy up the colors a little bit. So I had to be a little careful with how much shadow I was doing, but I was having a lot of fun and just really building up on that depth. And you can start light and then get darker, so you can kind of see like in between, like where is a good color to stop at. We're finally finishing up on some of the little details in this drawing here. I just wanted to get into doing the background already, so just finish it up a little bit, even though I'm not really done with the drawing, because I go back in again after I do the background, but I just wanted to fill it in to see what it would end up looking like. So I used this other orange marker that I have to do those little sparkles that I drew earlier in the sketch, and then I decided to use that color to just build a little bit on the clothing. Like I did some lines for the beanie and just a little bit of shadowing under the hair in the t-shirt. And then I used a colored pencil, which is like a beautiful like citrus color. Like it's very like you open up an orange and like this is what like the pulp looks like, or like a cup of orange juice. Like it's very like a bright, like delicious looking orange. And I just wanted to fill in the background a little bit. I like to use the color pencils for the background and sometimes for the actual drawing, but I think so far for like this whole series I've only really been using my colored pencils for the background, and I gotta do something about that. And then I went back into the hair and I used like the one orange paint marker that I have to just fill in all the areas of the hair, because I didn't really like the yellowish color that I used for the hair, because like I said, I didn't have a lot of oranges to work with. And using this color I think really helped and make the hair pop a little bit more, make it actually look a little bit more orange, because I used like a dark yellow for the hair at first because their hair was like a really light color, so I wanted to try to do that with the oranges that I have. And then just building on that once again with that dark yellow color I used earlier for the other shadows, and since I covered most of it, I had to put those back on there, and I think it looks a lot better than the first time I did the hair. And then just did some little strands, and then using this red orange to do some kind of border with the background. Again, it's very simple, but I like it. I feel like the focus is more on the portrait for me, because that's really the thing that I'll be using all of the colors in the most. I'm not really too worried about what kind of backgrounds that I'm doing, but I have a lot of fun doing the portraits and using all of the colors that I have. And here's the final drawing. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope to see you in the next video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Goodbye!